is all new.
Just had a weird thought, and I need to check something really quick, but you guys do what you're doing.
Your damn inch.
I just got really worried that y'all could see my notes in my glasses.
Oh, no. No.
No.
We're not looking that hard.
Yeah, even I am not that.
Leon. He's over here.
Enhance.
Yeah, enhance.
Yeah.
The island of Wanderlust, an emerald upon the wind-torn waves of the larboard sea. On its sandy shores rises pitched tents, stalls, and barrows, the shops and taverns of the Horde, the greatest market city in the world. You arrived last night on ships from all over the world, a stately Calamite frigate, a rickety Carthusian merchant vessel, a sleek Embargoan infiltrator. You have managed to secure an appointment with Hamadryas, the last dragon, to discuss the acquisition of an object or item. It's said that if he doesn't know where it can be found, no one does. With the sun's light but a rumor on the horizon, you make your way through the quiet streets and empty stalls. Market doesn't begin until Hamadryas roars atop the grand lair, which won't be for hours. But it is the great lair you head towards now, its massive doors arching high above you. You reach out to the door knocker and knock. Now, here's my question. Who do you think would get here first? Who do you think would be the one who gets there first? I have a suspicion.
Well, I feel like my character always wants to scope out the place first and see just like what's going on, because she's sneaky and she doesn't like surprises. That's
fair. But does that mean that you would be the first one to go up and knock on the door, or would you be sort of chilling on the periffs?
Yeah, I would be on the periffs. I thought you meant like at the location.
Yeah, because I don't think my guy would. He's all old. I mean, he might hobble up eventually and just start hitting it with a cane at the door.
Well, I mean, he's old. That could just mean that he gets up super early.
Oh, shit. So that's true. He could be on his way to the Old Country Buffet as well.
Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Is that an old person thing? It seems like it would be an old person thing.
For sure.
It's for old crackers, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
It is. It is. It's true.
A double black dragon has to be careful.
Yeah, for sure.
Double black dragon. Yeah, he can't just walk up to doors and start knocking.
I knew that was going to come back to haunt me at some point.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right, so be that the case, who knocks upon the door? What are we looking at?
So Jack walks up to the door. He's sort of an older gentleman, very fine clothing, ostentatious, doesn't really look like an adventurer, but has a bit of a weathered look to him. So he goes up and knocks on the door.
All right. You knock on the door, and the door opens after just a moment's wait, and there is a rather fancy, short, red kobold who has answered the door. He's wearing a little butler uniform with a nice a tied little bow up underneath his neck, and he says,
"Ah, yes, you must be this morning's first recipient of Lord Hamadryas' attentions. I am Ossifer, his chief of staff, and who might I be addressing?"
Jack Saysmith Reginald Beardsley, gentleman adventurer. I've traveled far, and I would be so honored to meet the High Lord.
Yes, you would.
Am I too early, or is this the right time?
This is the right time, although his great scaly lordship will not be up and about for some minutes. Yes.
Some minutes.
So,
it's quite understandable. Do you mind if I wait here?
We have among the fanciest waiting rooms in all the known realms, if you will kindly follow me.
I am quite the student of waiting room design, so I am ever so eager.
Very well, follow along.
He gets out a little sketchbook and starts drawing the waiting room, highlighting architectural details.
It is Art Deco'd to fuck.
Ooh, my favorite.
You have your choice of waiting room music. No, he brings you to a rather luxurious room, marble floor, a great red velvet cake. Yes, there's red velvet cake in the corner for just anyone to hack off a piece. That's
Breakfast of
Yep.
champions.
This is truly luxury.
Yes, the master likes to make an impression.
I only hope that I can meet his expectations.
I'm sure you will.
And I'm gonna go get some cake.
Gonna go get some cake and gonna
Free
go
cake.
sketch some Art Deco. Yeah, free cake. Come on, it's fresh too. This is the first appointment of the morning. You did know this much when you first made this appointment. It's still warm. Oh. Just at that moment, Ossifer perks up and hears a knocking sound at the door.
It's definitely
Who's
me.
next?
It's definitely me.
because you heard there was a deal on cake.
Hold on. Trying to get into character.
This is dedication to the craft.
Your method. Ossifer, the fancy little kobold, opens the door to your summoning hacking.
Yes. May I help you?
I smelled some cake. No. Yes, I'm here to see the dragon.
Yes, and to whom am I speaking?
And also, what do you look like when you're doing this terrifying thing that you
Okay,
are doing right
so
now, whatever this is?
He's about a 70-year-old dragonborn, which is about 10 years before a dragonborn usually dies, right? So he's pretty old. He's kind of bent over a bit. He's obviously like seen a lot of life. He's got like scars on him. He's a red dragon. He's got a long white beard, and he carries around a very large sword in a hilt on his side, but it's very large. It like knocks into his dragon tail as he walks. But he also like has this look of like just resting bitch face, right? Even for a dragonborn, he has dragonborn resting bitch face at all times.
Not so gentleman in the adventure.
No. He's very gruff. He's got shit to do, but he's not very fast at doing it. Yeah, like he still somehow seems like he's very light on his feet, even though he's kind of
He's deceptively
sneaky,
ninja-esque.
Yeah.
And to whom am I addressing?
Hold on, I gotta find my name.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Next week, you guys can introduce your characters.
Okay. Well, my given name is Shumpindrak Belprax Gimtor Darskan Ifush Lorbash the Fourth. Like my father and his father and his father before him, but the few people who know me just call me Hot Pants.
Hot Pants.
Indeed.
Very well. This way, Lord Hot Pants.
By the way, I smelled some cake. I'm looking for. I definitely smelled some cake as I was on my way up these stairs. I'm just making sure that I'm gonna get some of this cake. I've heard about this cake.
Session 1, let us eat cake. You are once again brought into a magnificent waiting room with everything that you could possibly want in it, as long as it is the sort of thing that is normally in a waiting room.
National Geographic?
Yeah, some National Geographic.
I walk in and I'm like, I fucking hate Art Deco. And I just keep walking and just sit down and plop down.
Everyone's a critic.
So, Jack, you see this apparition before you. But you're enjoying your cake, so you don't have to do a damn thing about it if you don't, please. I mean,
Oh, yeah. I walk up, Jack's like at like where the cake is, and I walk up and I literally just like bump into him and bump him out of the way to get to the cake. And I'm just like, excuse me, young one. I need this cake.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, I see. How old did you say that Jack was, by the way?
Like 75, 80.
Wait, what race is Jack?
Human.
He's human. Okay. Ooh, old man. Okay.
So everybody's out here at the Old Country Buffet.
So yeah, this is different than I was. So I called him young one, but I wouldn't be calling him young one. I'd be like, move over, old man.
Maybe you would, to be a dick. No, old man. No, that's good. This is like this really decrepit Monty Burns looking. You're like,
Move over, old man.
Yes.
yes, I can get behind that. So drama is happening, cake drama,
Cake drama.
and Ossifer doesn't seem particularly interested in being involved. Instead, he is going to return to the front door where he hears knocking. Wait.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock, knock, knock. All right. Ossifer will open the door. You will see this tiny, possibly to your eyes, cute little kobold guy in his fancy little suit.
Yes.
Oh, good morning. I think we have an appointment to see the great.
Yes,
the great.
good morning.
Are we on time? I mean, we can.
Yes,
continue
you're
waiting.
on time.
Sorry.
Just say something. Holy shit.
Oh my. Oh my. I don't normally get to see faces when I'm doing this.
Isn't it better?
It's something.
I mean, during that, all you'd see is Resh just like looking at him, and then like the long pause, like one ear kind of twitches a little bit, just like.
To whom might I have the pleasure of speaking at this time?
Oh, well, you can come. Are you, just as an aside, you're there with me too, right?
I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Behind some
give me a
trash
call.
cans immediately behind you.
I am called Resh, and this is my associate, Dasana.
And I just
Assuming that's
kind of
how you-
nod.
Is that how you actually say it, or do you want to pronounce it?
Yeah,
different
it's
way?
the Dysana.
Very well.
What is Ossifer looking at?
So Resh is like, how tall would I say? He's about an average height, tabaxi, young, kind of like tawny light-colored fur that gets kind of thinner along the body, and then with straight pointed ears and blue eyes, and just kind of in just like a white cotton shirt and just rolled up trousers.
How tall is he?
Probably 5'9", like me.
5'9".
5'9" with the
Oh,
ears or before the ears?
Probably before the ears.
Before, yeah.
Before the
Yeah.
ears. So he's creeping up to like the coveted 6 foot
Yeah.
with the ears.
But just
With
full
the
on.
ears.
Yeah.
And
He's shorter when he's sad.
Or angry.
So Dysana steps forward, and she's wearing a black cape and hood off.
So
She's 5'7", super white hair, super white skin, and like really red and piercing blue eyes. She's adorned with like a lot of jewelry and trinkets, but nothing flashy, keeping it goth, And she has a crow or a raven sitting on her shoulder. Like, zero facial expression. But
So
eyes
she's
always like darting around.
Yeah, you pretty much had to multi-class into rogue.
Right? I know.
Yeah,
That's also why I was thinking that. I thought it was really perfect.
it is.
Yeah.
Very well. There may still be cake left.
And he turns around and he walks. And he leads you into a room. The absolute sexiest waiting room that you have ever seen of all
Oh,
time.
wow.
You see 2 folks in there.
I've seen better.
One of them sort of gently and delicately enjoying his spoils. What the hell is Hot Pants doing to that cake?
All of the cake. And it is like in my arms, and I am scooping. So just, and I look up, and I give you just this really mean look of like, you better fucking not, with like a little bit of a little growl, and I go back to eating my cake.
You should do not take any of the cake. It has been touched. It's
Listen to that man.
We had breakfast earlier.
You had breakfast already. It's fine.
No,
Okay.
I could share. And I start coming up and I'm like trying to share with them.
No, really, it's fine.
If you insist. I go back to eating.
Newcomers.
Never would I deprive an older man of his cake.
Did you just call me
This-
old?
I said
This is
older.
Jack, and this is Sir Life Alert. I forget.
Sir Life Alert.
Hot pants! Hot pants! My mouth full of cake. Hot pants.
Very good, sir.
And he crosses past the room, past you in the room, over to a set of stairs, at the top of which is an oaken door. He opens the door. It has two knobs, one at human height and one at kobold height, and disappears beyond it. And you all are left to your own devices for an unknown length of time.
Now, is there like artwork and things like around on the walls? and things?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So while we're waiting,
Terrible
Resh
art
is just
deco.
like looking at all those, assessing the value of them.
Yeah.
Is this
They are fine pieces. They are fine pieces.
I mean, he's an archaeologist. He appreciates these things in his own way.
Absolutely.
I would say while I'm eating the cake, I would like to do like a perception. Like, yeah, I want to look around and like
Yeah, same.
while I'm eating the cake, just like see what's around.
We're all nosy.
Yeah. Give me that perception. What's this? First roll of the campaign.
Oh God, +0. I'm not very perceiving. Got an 8. God damn it.
You're really perceiving this fucking red velvet cake right now.
I've eaten some fucking cake.
Are we all rolling perception, or are we just?
As you please, as you please. You may notice different things based on what you're focusing on. So, all right. So we've got a 15, 24. Good lord. Okay, so Dysana was the first one to submit a perception check. What did you want to focus on in this room?
So, looking at, first of all, trinkets and treasures, little
Trinkets and
things
treasures.
that maybe be slipped in her pocket, other doors, just like if we need to escape, you know?
Well, in addition to the Art Deco, that the very, very nice, fanciful Art Deco that you can see around, there are a number of statues lining the way in the south of the room, and a handful of what appear to be sort of like sliding closet doors immediately around you.
Okay.
What lies inside of them, you do not know.
All right. Can I take a peek closet?
You can certainly go for it.
Stealthily?
Really fast. Yes, go for it.
What do I have to roll?
You don't have to roll to open a door because they do not appear to be locked.
Okay.
What
But like I want to
I
do
need
it
to
like
do-
stealthily.
You want to do it stealthily so that
So like
at-
she's
so the
standing
only-
there, and then she just kind of opens it from behind her. And picks
Yeah,
up the
and
cake.
then like my crow familiar can take a look in, and then I can.
Okay. So yeah, you're just opening the door and just sort of
Yeah.
like casting
And
your
then my-
eyes around at other people's stuff. You can go
Right.
ahead and roll stealth
Okay.
as you please. The question becomes whether or not anybody else in the room is gonna care.
Yeah.
And my cake.
Oh shit! Balls of fire.
Oh shit! Balls of fire. You could be so stealth.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna notice.
Nobody noticed. You're
Nobody
the stealthiest.
notices.
The only thing is that like when I look through my familiar's eyes, my eyes just go white, and like I can't talk or.
Yeah, but
react
people
to
are trying
anything.
not to look at you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're scary, and I got cake.
Well, and there's
That's
a
fine.
kitty.
That's true.
There's
There's a kitty. That's
Yeah.
true. There is
Oh,
a kitty.
does Jack just walk over and start trying to pet?
Well, he gets rattled too close.
Because I don't know
Not
how about Red. How Red's gonna feel about that.
This one.
All right, you do see a small kobold-sized desk, chair, and a few shelves, and you can tell that it is just a little office area inside of
Little
this
office.
closet. You see things like pencils and stuff, normal office stuff.
Okay, I'm just gonna like quietly close the door, and my familiar jumps back on.
Excellent. Then Michael with a 15. What do you prefer to look upon as you percept?
So I would look on the architecture of the room because I think you can tell a lot about a person from their waiting room, or dragon, as the case may be. So you know, like specific aspects of the architecture. You know, it's Art Deco, but you know what decade? You know, what provenance does it have?
I like that. In addition to the 15 that you've rolled, that'll tell you some things. Can you give me a history roll really fast? It's kind of a mishmash. It's actually a little bit hard to place it. You can tell that the construction seems to be relatively new. This is not an ancient structure.
He's a fancy dragon.
It's a fancy dragon. Clearly went all out. The quality is good. But if he's trying to harken back to a particular historical period, you can't put your finger on it. It's like having an art history major and walking into the Cheesecake Factory.
Can't place this architecture.
What is even going on? We had Resh with a 24. And you are focusing on the artwork?
Mostly the artwork because, being that we are essentially, Tomb Raiders of a sort, we're looking at art and things you might find familiar, but also mostly keeping an eye on this Sana because he knows her habits.
Absolutely fair enough.
Just in the odd cats, because he's had to cover a thing or two before, so he wants to make sure she doesn't slip something in her pocket and make a dragon mad.
I like it.
Unfortunately, she got a natural 20 on her.
Yeah, I know.
That's true. These paintings are just so absorbing. You find one. You find a number of. They seem to be just from the time that you've spent on the island of Wanderlust, which hasn't been very long. You can actually notice some familiar landmarks from looking at these. It all seems that many of these are landscapes and still lifes that take place in areas of the city. Down here in the south of the room, you see sort of like a picturesque. This is a landscape. It's a picturesque seashore at dawn. And there is, strangely, in the middle of the beach, a treasure chest just sitting there. It's sort of an unusual vibe for a landscape.
I'm gonna walk up to it and just look at it.
As you watch it, it continues to be a painting.
That's cool.
You're starting to notice it's been a while since Ossifer disappeared in the door to the north. Starting to get if you're sitting down, you're starting to get those sort of like hot hives you get sometimes when you're sitting down for too long. Ooh.
Finished my cake a while ago and I'm getting grumpy.
Now your hams are falling asleep. Jack's sciatica is acting up.
I'm gonna walk over to Resh and be like,
I know you were whispering, but you whispered it a little too good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know what.
That's an in-character interaction right there.
Yeah,
It's like this goddamn stealth.
I know. What's going on here, Resh? I'm tired of waiting.
Well, he's a busy guy, and he's a I don't really. Do I know much about dragons?
What were you gonna say about dragons?
You could do history if you wanted to know about dragons.
What do we know? Does that actually send over properly? Perfect. It did.
Yeah.
Looks like an 18.
So with an 18, you know plenty about dragons. You know that they have a tendency to be sort of fickle, and a lot of them are think highly of themselves is a great way to put it, and they might, on a whim, no longer care about the mortals that they have dealings with. However, with an 18, you've also heard of Hamadryas himself, and you know that he's mostly not like that. He's actually a sort of very accommodating. He is the last dragon. That's his title. He is known as that. But he's not actually the last dragon. There are many dragons in the world. They've just all been banished from the material plane to a land far down to the south called Lindworm. It's a mountainous region that nobody else wanted at the end of a war that was had with dragons some 30 years ago. The dragons lost, and they were sent away.
Isn't that nearby to where we came from?
Yes, Lindworm, a large part of what is now the nation of Lindworm was ceded by your nation, Cartouche, as a land that the dragons... Yes. That the dragons could be banished to. So this does seem a little bit unusual, and as you are pondering this, the door to the north does open, and Ossifer sticks his head out. And he just kind of goes like... and he skitters down a little bit, and he's kind of like poking his fingers together a little bit, like he's a little bit nervous, and he says,
The master is taking some time. It's sometimes dragons, getting them to rouse at a certain hour. What dragon respects an alarm clock? I could perhaps take your order for some breakfast.
I could go for some breakfast, personally, over here. But also, I would like to get this on. My back hurts, and I have things to do.
Of course, I understand completely. I will rouse the master as soon as I can. Yes, I will get him out here, but I will bring out.
Sir, young one, you're sounding a little nervous to me at this moment. Is there something wrong?
No,
We both have very similar voices right now.
yeah.
and we're both doing dragon stuff. What do you want?
No, everything's fine. It's just early in the morning, It's sometimes things happen. What can you do? I'll go get breakfast.
I mean, I'm
Can we
average-
insight that?
Hell yeah,
If we-
you can insight that.
See if
Here's
we
what I'll
believe
do.
him?
Generally speaking, to avoid skill bombing, where one person tries and then fails, and the next person's like, "Well, I'll do it."
Right.
And then there's, "Well, I'll do it."
Yeah.
I'll generally say that one person can roll, and if other people are helping them, we'll consider it an assisted action, and they can roll with advantage.
Okay.
I mean,
All
I
right.
should do the insight because I'm the one that was bugging him. I also have a +3
I have a
to
plus
my insight.
6.
so-
Yeah, the wisdom.
Oh
casters.
shit. Okay, never mind.
Well, you do make a very valid
wanna
point and
help?
everything.
No, that's
I don't think I have any way. to
You're
help.
talking to him, so you can keep him a little on edge.
Yeah, while I'm talking to him.
And then
You're
by
clearly
talking-
trying to work out what's going on, so I would consider that to be
Yeah.
assistance. And so, Daisana is observing him as you are grilling him.
Well,
Yeah.
that was terrible. 12.
12. Hey, this guy seems nervous about something.
You've been such a gracious host, and I've worked as a court dignitary for many, many years. I completely understand the problems that you're facing, and maybe we can be of some help. I used to work for a count who was just up all night and slept during the day, and getting him to make any appointments was nigh on impossible.
Oh, well, yeah. And throw dragon stuff on top of that. Yeah.
I can only imagine.
I'm gonna turn to Resh and I'm gonna be like, I don't trust him.
Be patient. These things
You
take
know
time.
that's not.
I know.
He is hanging out at the top of the stairs, by the way, with the door open behind him.
They tend to be kind of like this. Not so much him by reputation, but he is a dragon, so maybe just be a little patient.
Once again, my little ears clerk up. What did you say about dragons?
You saying something about dragons over there? What are you saying over there?
No,
I keep hearing stuff about
to
dragons.
Jack, he says that.
I will keep that in the mind of my mind. I will keep that in my mind for the future. In the meantime, I will go get you some complimentary breakfast as a thank you, and I'm sorry, and I'm very sorry.
And he closes the door, and he skitters back.
Wait, do we hear the door lock?
You do not
Yeah, I
hear
was
the door
saying
lock. no.
I'm right by the door, right? Because I was just grilling him in his face. So can I, check and see if it's locked? Like try to open.
The main front door was pretty heavily, as passing by, you may have noticed there was a ton of locks on the inside of the outside door. Inside door, not even a
But
lock
I want
on
to
it.
see where he just went, which way, if he went right or left, or
Yeah,
where
so
he just went
you could
through
go
that
up
door.
there and check it out. Maybe you could help.
Maybe you could help.
Yeah, go up there.
So
Full of piss, vinegar, and cake.
Yeah.
I want to try to open this door and look it through
Oh
it.
hell yeah, you can do that. Like I said, not locked. Do you
Right.
endeavor to do so stealthily?
I have a -2 to my stealth. Okay, I'm gonna try stealthily. Woo! 14!
Wow,
Not
okay.
terrible.
That's pretty damn good, actually. That could have gone a lot fucking worse.
Yeah.
You look beyond. There is a narrow hallway beyond that is torchlit. It's a little bit dim, and then the room seems to open up into a big, dark expanse. You can sort of catch just the barest outline of what seems to be like a big pile, like you would see at the dump. You can hear but not see the sounds of footfalls leading away from the door. The tiny scrabbling footsteps of Ossifer. That's all you see. That's all you hear.
Blackness, some garbage, and running away footsteps. Where the heck is he going to get our breakfast? I don't see any kitchens. I don't trust this little fucker.
But what action does that translate to? Hey, everybody else, this guy just got up and opened the door and looked in.
I'm gonna go over to Resh and say, I don't think this is going to turn out well, but I'm intrigued to see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. Sir, I didn't quite catch your name, but I maybe when...
Pants!
Oh,
Hot pants.
okay. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Pants. But, I wouldn't maybe go poking around up there. Just, I know you look like you've seen some things and have more experience, but
Never trust a kobold. Never trust a kobold. And they come in very handy when you need them, but don't trust the little fuckers.
That's surprising coming from a Dragonborn.
No. Like I said, they're handy, but you really shouldn't trust them. I understand.
I mean, it certainly sounds like Mr. Resh was questioning your capability of being sneaky and solving problems.
I have heard him continue to make comments about dragons, and I'm very curious about this.
well, you see, where I come from, they're kind of not really common, but they're like neighbors-ish. So you see them occasionally, but not like the great.
You know what, son? It's okay because I hate tabaxis, so it's all good.
Not a cat person.
I'm not a cat guy.
His ears just kind of like fold down just a little bit. And
I mean,
sharp
remember,
down
I
turn for
am a
second before
racist
his-
old dragonborn.
5'9".
I'm very xenophobic.
5'9".
I mean, I have many tabaxi friends. I'm not gonna say I'm tabaxi phobic.
Not that I have tabaxi friends, please.
Heavily edited audio.
How like when you can tell, like when you're like scratching your cat's head, but they don't really want the attention. How their tail kind of goes
Yeah.
a little bit. So like that's what Resh's tail is kind of subconsciously like happening without his real direct attention to it. It's just kind of going. And he's
There's
just
definitely some
It's like-
tension between Wrath and I.
You know what? You do you, I guess. But don't spend in the morning.
Sounds good. I would always do me.
I'm gonna give Wretch just like some little scritches behind him, and I'm just gonna shoot like ice cold daggers towards.
What spell is that?
Yeah, no
Sorry.
ice knife. No ice knife.
No ice knife.
We're just in here. We just start attacking each other.
Wait, I think bitch face is a cantrip, so you'd be fine.
It should be. It should be. I would choose that in a heartbeat.
So you're hanging there with the door open.
Still got the door open, yeah, because
You still got the door
why
open.
not?
Are you holding on to the door, or is the door just open?
I think I've kind of like does it swing in or out?
It swings out.
Okay, so I've opened it out a bit, so there's like a.
You know what? I'm going to be like less stealthy, and I'm just gonna open these closet doors.
Because you're getting irritated now.
Is this some cultural trend I'm not aware of, that we just open doors in people's homes?
I mean, we've been here for hours.
I think your perception of time is a bit
No,
skewed.
it's been hours.
I think you're skewed.
It's been like half an hour, which is still way like it's 20 minutes
I
past
mean,
the agreed upon
My
time.
bones feel like it's been hours. I'm carrying around this giant fucking sword.
Whose fault is that?
Dysana mostly finds like closet supplies.
Anything that can like read him as a person, this dragon guy.
Well, mostly what you're finding
Kobold
is
stuff, I think.
you're reading Ossifer as a kobold more than you're reading Hamadryas as a dragon.
Okay.
And it's very straight laced.
I just like the idea that Jack and I are just like over here, like, yeah, it's only been half an hour, and both of the other two are like, we've been here for 37 days.
I'm keeping enough distance for plausible deniability, and beyond that, I don't care.
The impatience ramps up real quick with these two.
You know, I mean, art reflects life. It is what it
I
is.
love it though. It's great. It's just a funny duality that's happening there.
What is Dysana's passive perception?
16.
16. Can I ask about Resh's as well? Because I feel like yours would also be pretty high. 18.
Wow.
High whiz characters. Okay, so you two can kind of hear during a brief pause for breath in all of the grousing that is going on around you.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Voices echoing down the corridor. Just a brief sting of ossifers like... But you also hear what sounds like a human voice.
Yep. Resh just kind of glances over at Dysana to make sure she heard the same
And I
thing.
just give it a little nod.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put... Oh god, I don't even think I have a dagger. God damn
Are you gonna
it.
plant evidence?
No,
Already.
I just want to have a... But I don't have a dagger, which is weird. And stupid, so never mind. Nothing.
Just still picking crumbs of cake off from the front of me. 'cause
From behind you, Hot Pants, you can hear the scrabbling footsteps once again approaching you.
Here he comes.
What?
I said, here he comes.
And I'm
Oh, I
trying
think you
to
said
help you.
painkillers. Sorry. What? That was weird auditory shit right there.
That would work too, though. Painkillers. Give me some
Painkillers.
painkillers.
Yeah. Are you still holding the door partially open?
I mean, it is open. I'm just standing there and
It's
I'm like
open.
looking through it, like waiting for him to go.
All right. You see him sort of appear in the corridor, the light torchlight of the corridor, laden down with several trays of Danish and eggs and some like just really elderly bacon. And then he comes into the room and he just sort of like nervously edges the tray with the crumbs of the red velvet cake onto the floor. And he puts all the trays on the table and everything's like,
Here, I got you. Got your food. Got your food here. All right. I'll go. We're going to go. The master should be with you shortly. Yes.
No.
Wait, little kobold, wait.
Yes,
Wait.
big kobold.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna lean back and just smack this little.
do you do that?
No, okay, but I
Do that?
I kind of want to. I really, really want to.
If you
to
feel
you.
like he would do that,
I feel like it's within the
if
realm
he
of
really
possibility.
hates kobolds,
I have an unarmed melee attack strike.
Okay. That was the
it's a
single most maniacal.
fucking
12.
12.
He
It's
is
honestly the way
a.
I can't decide if Resh would try and
kobold.
jump in or not.
He's a kobold. It's true.
You bitch slap him to the ground.
I bitch slap
Um,
his ass so hard. 6 damage.
All right. You do 6 damage to this guy. He tumbles to the floor unconscious.
Well, now we can go looking.
What did you do?
He called me big kobold.
Aren't you a big kobold?
Oh god, now you're gonna get slapped.
I laughed so hard I farted a little bit.
Dysana
kill
lights a
him?
cigarette.
Also, okay, when I slapped him though, like I also had a handful of breakfast food. So I mean, like I really got like there's breakfast food all over this kobold.
Bitch slapped by a Danish.
And then he's on the ground,
Yeah,
right?
cheese
He's prone,
Danish.
right?
Yes, he is on the
Okay,
ground.
so I lean
prone.
down and I start scooping up the food that came off on him, and I'm eating it off of him.
And
I
y'all
don't
are
wanna waste
watching
the
this.
food. I don't want to waste the food.
Dysana is just like smoking a cigarette and watching.
She got a clove cigarette.
Yeah, of course.
I
it's
was
close.
like, this is my
Mhm.
kink.
Yeah.
She's sitting in the corner with her legs crossed.
Yeah.
You have assaulted the first NPC that you have met, the only NPC so far in this campaign. What are you going to do now?
I've scooped up enough food, right? And I've like stuffed some of it in my pockets. right? So I don't know how much food I've got, but I've got food in my pocket. And then I'm like, I turn to these guys and I'm like, well, let's go find this fucking dragon.
So I'm gonna rush over to Ossifer,
Yeah, same.
and I'm gonna
I'm
cast.
just gonna laugh a little.
And I'm just like, I kick the kobold a little bit. I'm just like,
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I want to check his condition. Like,
You
Did she
can,
kill
you can
him?
roll a medicine check.
sure. That's a 19.
Okay.
Then
19? Yes, you could tell that he will probably wake up soon. He's mostly just sort of stunned. Another blow like that might kill him, but he's probably okay. He's not going to deteriorate, get worse, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Since I assume you weren't going in for the kill, that may be a bold assumption of mine.
Jeez, the consideration.
So, doors wide open,
Yeah.
kobolds down.
I'm to go through the door. I've got pockets full of food, and I'm starting to hobble.
You can, the old man has wandered through the door.
I can be like, you guys can stay here. I just go to where they can't see me
Right.
anymore.
Yeah, got you. You go.
Hold on,
You go
how do
out
I
of
do
sight.
a whisper? Let me just DM you.
Yeah, just DM me. You just like you walk through and you're like standing in place, softer.
Meanwhile, since she's wandered away from us, for Resh is just like propping him up against the wall there and kind of getting a cloth and some water from his water skin and like wiping the food and blood, most likely from his wherever he was struck,
Yeah.
cleaning him up and just like propping him, make sure, because he knows he's probably gonna regain consciousness shortly. So he's just kind of
I'm just
Get
gonna
it.
call out Resh, step back, and I
okay.
create
Fireball.
water,
Oh
You
Jesus!
can create water.
and it just dumps 10 gallons of clean water on him.
That was a little. We talked about this. A little excessive. He was fine.
Yeah, he just. he's
Well, he's awake now, isn't he?
of water coming out of his mouth, but he wakes up. And,
What happened?
You tripped and fell. Now where is this dragon?
What? Hamadryas, Master Hamadry. He's asleep. He's not. He didn't. He had a rough night last night.
So did I,
Did
but
somebody hit me?
No, you tripped.
you ran into a door. That's why they're
I
open
tripped,
over there.
and then I ran into a door.
It was very, very surprisingly graceful of you. But yes,
That does sound like me.
I can see it. You've got such a lithe body. It's only expected.
I love Jack.
Gentlemen.
Also, how come I never get called live? I have fantastic calves, thank you. Anyway,
But the master he's not. He'll be down shortly. Right as it.
and he looks and he sees that the door is open, and he's like,
Oh crap!
Yeah.
and he tries to push himself up and get out of your guys' grasp and push himself towards the door. If you allow him to do that, he will run for the door.
Let them
Yep.
go.
But I'm gonna follow.
Follow him. Yes, you are able to see that after a brief, 20-foot or so corridor, once again dimly lit with torches, a cavern opens up before you, and it is loaded with these tall piles, not of treasure, but of just sort of like, to your eyes, kind of random junk. There's a mattress over here. There's some device for making ice cream over there. There's all kinds of stuff. It's basically everything you could ever possibly want. I know you're going to like it, but it's not what you
Yeah.
generally think of when you think of a dragon's hoard.
Right. As tempting as that sounds, I'm keeping my eyes focused on
Keeping
Ossifer.
your eyes on the prize. Okay. Ossifer is running through. He's not looking behind him. He doesn't seem to be aware that you're immediately behind him. And he's yelling. He's like,
Did he come through? Did the nasty dragonborn man come through? Where is he?
you round one of the piles, and they're standing before you in a much more brightly lit area. There's actually a brazier that's lit in this area between piles. There is a woman standing, gray of hair and wearing shining armor, full suit, with a helmet tucked under her arm. She turns to look at Ossifer as he runs up, and she regards Ossifer coolly, and her eyes dart up towards Dysana.
Can we assume that I was trying to sneak, or...
You could go ahead and make a stealth check. I will oppose it with her perception.
Sure.
Hmm?
17.
Rolling that sucker public. That's a 24.
Holy shit balls. All right.
Yep. She looks up. For all that you personally believe that you should not be seen, Dysana, you can feel her eyes settle upon you, and she just sort of sighs.
Young lady, you might as well come out.
I come out of the shadows.
Ah,
Walk up.
what? How did you get in here? You left the door open, Ossifer.
Yes. What is going on? Where is this dragon? Who are you? All of the things.
I am Lady Aula Brightgleam. I am in service to the Queen of Wanderlust. I'm rather afraid Sir Hamadryas has gone missing. You can't tell them that, Lady Aula. Well, they already know to a certain extent. Any of his further appointments for the day you can cancel, and they'll be none the wiser. But they were here. They know that something is up. Might as well bring them in on it.
Hell did you make us wait so long?
We were trying to figure out what was going on.
And it's still only been like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
While this is all going on, what are Jack and Resh up to?
Do we hear the second voice?
I'll say that you do at this point. Yeah, it's they've stopped. It's not so much hushed whispers anymore. The door is wide open, and I sure don't think Dysana is trying to be quiet. So
I go.
I just look at Jack and just like, you know,
It's just
apparently that's my signal.
well, let's go check it out. I mean, we've been here barely 45 minutes. I mean, for a court dignitary, that's
much
nothing.
time.
No, one time in my life, I was waiting up to 37 days.
Hmm.
And it turns out they had died. But they wanted to wait until the new moon because that was more auspicious for the next ruler. So,
You just waited 37 days. Okay.
well, I mean, you wait. Look how luxurious this waiting room is. You wait, you get danishes, you get cake, you get more danishes. You know, it's life.
I feel like you guys are just like quietly and gently strolling down the corridor while everybody else is yelling in the next room, and you're having this conversation.
So now I've overheard that this dragon is gone.
Yep.
And I
And
just come jumping out of a pile of garbage. But I've got some of the garbage with me. I've like put it over me because I was hiding, you know.
The trash man.
Trash. But I just come out.
Eating garbage.
And it's like fallen off of me along with some breakfast food. And I'm like, what's this about this dragon being missing? How does an entire dragon go missing?
Well, it's funny you should mention that. We're trying to figure it out. There's no particular sign of a struggle.
I mean, what kind of security do you guys have around here?
Well, what we have is a dragon. It's usually not an
Exactly.
issue.
How does the entire dragon, like, does he ever just go for a walk?
See, that was one question I was going to ask is, Lord Hamadryas takes appointments. Who did he see yesterday?
I suppose that's something that we could look into. Ossifer has that information, don't you, Ossifer? Yeah, I've got my book. I can look into it and everything, but I saw him and everything. I took him his nightcap, which was a hogshead of mead, long after all of his appointments were gone and out of the building, I think.
And it was emptied?
What, the hogshead?
Yeah. I mean, he drank it, right?
Yeah, it's like a shot to him.
Did you make this hogshead of mead? And I'm like looking really fucking pissed off at this kobold while I'm saying this.
Subconsciously, he reaches up and he touches like his cheekbone where there's like a little bit of swelling.
Are you trying to get your own hogshead of mead?
Well,
Remembering the earlier incident, Resh is just kind of like trying to ease his way, like not
Maybe
directly
just-
between them, but kind of like.
Maybe you
to
can
put it
stop
next
a
to
bitch
the-
slap before it.
Maybe you could distract
Yeah.
me with a hogshead of mead.
It comes from his private reserves, as do all of his things. We were very, very careful with the last dragon. don't want anything to happen to me. Sort of a emblem of free trade.
You would think if he
Alright.
was so important, you would have a bit more in the way of security. I mean, if you're worried about something happening to him, yet you don't take any precautions. I mean, what kind of attendant are you? I'm very disappointed.
That hurts. That hurts.
Why are we judging this dragon's actions? Like, why is it so bad that he just went off?
Well, we don't actually know if he went off, in theory, right?
So he never leaves, usually.
Actually, I realize this may be a bit of an imposition, but could you show us to his chambers so that we may, take a look around and see if we can get more assistance?
See what happens.
In a manner of speaking, we're in his chambers already. This is his personal hoard. He sleeps among the piles.
What we need someone who's specialized in looking through piles of garbage to find the most interesting parts. Now, I don't know of anyone like that, but hypothetically, if they were to exist, they could totally be the hero of the day here.
Is Jack saying that out loud, though?
Oh, yeah.
As he says that, Resh is just, very slightly, turning
And
towards
you guys
his dear friend.
didn't notice, but Dysana's already in a thing of garbage.
There's just two legs sticking out of a pile of garbage.
Well, yeah, but I have my
He and Dysana's is in the garbage, and I'm still just eyeballing this cold.
Before we take this any further, I need to just sort of establish something. This, for the time being, cannot leave this circle. We, the proud few victims of circumstance who happen to have stumbled
I'd
into
rather
this
none of these people knew anything, and it was, I don't even like this many people knowing about this.
I'm beginning to detect a suspect, someone who may have just arrived and has violent tendencies.
Are we talking shit about dragons again? Like, what's happening here?
Dragon adjacent.
Nobody is talking shit about dragons.
Better
In fact,
not
I
be.
think we are all very concerned about the well-being of Sir Hamadryas.
I mean, I'm Dragonborn. I should check out his stuff,
check out his stuff.
Just check out his stuff.
So I pop up and I say, "Excuse me, I don't know if I'm the only one, but why do we care that he's missing?"
You briefly resurface for oxygen from the
Yes.
pile of garbage. I will also, by the way, take if you don't mind, this is a little bit strange, a D1000 roll.
Yay!
What? I didn't even know we could do that.
222.
Yeah.
All right, you come out holding a carving of a beautiful, delicate swan.
Wow.
Wow.
This is
Yeah,
fucking perfect for Bansh. She's literally dumpster diving.
I know.
yeah.
I have a big.
Why is your familiar not a raccoon?
It can be.
Because
It can be.
I thought I could switch it more easily.
Well,
Yeah.
we
And
could
I went
do,
with the raven at first because Shattercar.
you could do
the
like a
Raven
raven
Queen.
raccoon hybrid, like a raccoon but with like a raven beak and like one wing.
I haven't really decided how to, but so
Bacon is good.
I'm going to. How do I summon it? Or something, and all of a sudden this little black dragon pops out of my backpack. I toss the item in the air, and its mouth just opens up to the size of the thing
Yep.
and eats it.
Unhinges like a snake.
Yeah.
And how big is
Okay.
this dragon? It's a little dragon?
Do you have a dragon?
It's a
bag
little
of holding?
just shoulder, maybe a possum.
I'm gonna elbow Hot Pants and say, "Can you do that?"
Can you do that? For the first time, Hot Pants is
I was
speechless.
trying to decide how I should respond to that.
Does Hot Pants have a
Just gonna
gag
say,
reflex?
yeah, let's.
No,
Does Hot Pants have a gag reflex? We will find out in this campaign. Yeah, I
That's
just ignore it.
the only thing we're going to answer today.
I've got a face full of breakfast, and I just don't care, and I'm still eyeing this kobold.
Mhm.
To be honest.
Why are you even here? I'm here to get something very important to me that I can't find anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why are you here?
For the exact same reason.
So that seems like the reason that we should find the dragon.
Or we could just be on our merry way.
I mean, I feel like you could just leave,
I feel like you could just leave.
but I'm not the one that wants to leave.
All right.
Actually,
and I go back into the trash.
You go back into the trash. It's worth mentioning that the answer to both questions could be solvable in one fell swoop, as it were. The answer to the question of where Hamadryas has gone, and the answer to the question of where the items that your hearts seek after lie.
I mean,
Why
if we
would he
were
be
to,
going for our items if they are yet?
well, I think it's more about ingratiating ourselves because usually information costs. However, if we were to I don't know,
I'm
save
not very
him,
smart.
then he might be nicer and happy to see us as opposed to sort of making it a purely business transaction.
I just want
Lord
to find this dragon and get his shit.
Hamadryas has about his perception an item which has allowed him to build the hoard as you see it today.
It is a nice hoard. I've been looking at it. It's nice. I like it.
It is a thing
I'm
of
into it.
legend for certain.
Mm-hmm.
He has an item somewhere in his possession that allows him to find instances of any other item.
That would be really convenient to have right now.
So what you're
If
saying
we-
is we don't really need to find this dragon alive. We just need to find this item that happens to be on the dragon.
The item,
at the
as far as I understand, and correct me, Arsifer, if I am wrong, he did not keep about his person. If you recover the item, you can use the item to find the items that you seek, and I can use the item to locate Sir Hamadryas.
But I thought you said the dragon had the.
It is something that he owns, but not necessarily something that he is currently keeping in his back pocket.
So could it still be here somewhere?
It is entirely possible, Arsifer. What would you say?
Even I do not have a full accounting of everything that the master owns here.
So what you're saying is somebody who happens to be very, very good at looking through garbage, and somebody who also happens to be a dragonborn and knows a lot about dragon garbage, hoard, treasure, could maybe take a really nice look through all of this and through things to find out where this dragon went, and maybe the item is still here. But also, we're gonna need some time alone to do this. So I think, us as a group, we can just look through all this and we'll get this done.
Group? What group? You're just
Do you guys? I feel like we bonded. I feel like we bonded.
Look, you and the Trash Queen may have bonded over your love of reference. I can't dispute that.
I might have just been gas, but I found something in that room.
Did you find companionship?
I think I did.
We'll melt your icy heart yet.
I tell you what, Arsifer can show you around. He might have a better idea than anyone what.
Sure, yeah, leave me alone with the kobold. Sounds great. Okay, bye.
Not alone.
I will lock down the front of the great lair, the grand lair.
Yeah, we don't want anybody getting out.
Yes, we will say that we will tell everybody that Sir Hamadryas is taking a sabbatical today.
I feel like it was asked, but I don't know that we got an answer. But is it unusual for Hamadryas to leave the Grand Lair at given times, or?
The master likes to walk down among the horde, which is to say the great bazaar down below in the city from time to time to search for items or to interact with the populace, but usually he lets us know when he's going to be taking a leave of absence from his lair. It's not
like I
usual
asked
for
about
him
walks
to just...
a while ago and nobody answered.
There was a lot going on.
So he usually lets you know if he's going on a walkabout, per se, or at least reasonable time to expect him back. So this would be...
And he can be very fastidious about his appointments. He usually does not miss them.
This doesn't sound very dragon-y to me.
Well, he's not your typical.
Hamadryas is a very special case scenario. He's
a special dragon.
He really is.
Yes.
He's a special dragon. Oh. God, this is going to be hell on wheels to get anything done, isn't it?
Was anything discovered to be out of sorts when you came to wake the master this morning for his appointments?
I just couldn't find him.
And when he travels, does he usually do so incognito or?
Yes, the master can polymorph. He's, like many ancient dragons, he's studious in the arts of spellcasting.
Has he maybe left a note?
You should always leave a note. Does he have a prototypical form, human form, or humanoid form that he likes to take that we can have a description of?
Yes, there is. He prefers to take the form of a rather sort of ruddy-cheeked, somewhat chubby merchant man, a little balding. I think it speaks to him on a personal level.
Okay. No, there's only going to be one of those. Okay.
Yes, that is the master's preferred human form, although I believe technically he could take more or less any form.
Right.
I will say...
And at this point, Lady Brightgleam has sort of like stalked off from clanking armor and everything like that back to the waiting room.
If you're looking for the location of a particular item in these stacks, the master does keep an inventory document. It is under some magical wards that prevent anybody from tampering with it, but I do happen to have a key. Never had to use it.
This sounds like the perfect time.
So we could try to find the document and see if the item in question, which, by the way, it's a Castorian make. It's called a Castorian spyglass. You look through it and it shows you the direction of the item that you seek.
Castorians.
Ooh, they taking notes.
Is there anything of note about a spyglass, Castorian or otherwise? Are Castorians noted for their spyglass enchantments?
I would say make a history check.
Sure.
There's something I could tell you even if you fail the history check, but I can get a little more in depth if you succeed. What'd you
That's going to be a natural one.
Oh, no.
Total. The good rolls had to end eventually, so...
Okay, I was wrong. There is not anything I can tell you. You misheard. You thought he said historian spyglass. I'm like, oh,
Right.
Okay, so historians are into it.
You thought he said hysterectomy spyglass.
Hysterectomy spyglass, yeah. Where's my tubes? Not here.
Where's my tubes?
My
No, that'd be
tubes.
a vasectomy.
I'm sure there's tubes involved.
It's always tubes.
So
I
as
did
we go
not.
off, I just get behind the kobold and I chloroform him.
Yes, and he dies because he had one hit point.
Dies.
Ossifer starts leading you down in between the various great stacks of items. You see a garden shed here that apparently Hamadryas just had to have. You see a toilet bowl over there. You see a great stack of what looks like souvenir stuffed dolphins. Very adorable, very plush. And he leads
As we
you.
go, I'm sketching the path that we take.
Okay, that's good
Trying-
because it is circuitous and serpentine. But Ossifer steps with absolute precision, like he's walked this way a million times. And after a moment, you start noting like a sort of a blue glow lighting up the sides of the piles that you're heading towards. And eventually you run around the corner past an old couch.
I sit down and take a little bit of a break.
Right. So Hot Pants is sat down as you're traveling. As you round the corner and you see a sort of a plinth or lectern sitting in the middle of this valley between great hills of junk that is surrounded by a bubble of bluish glow. And on top of this lectern, you can see through the semi-transparent arcanery before you sits an extremely thick book, closed.
All right, this is it. All right, I'm not sure what's good. This is an extremely powerful enchantment, and the master once alluded to the fact there could be some strange side effects.
You've never done
undoing
this
it.
before?
I have never had to. The
Oh,
master
joy.
normally does it. Well, I mean, I've got a key, and
He pulls. This is a big, chunky key that he has pulled from his pocket. It has a very similar bluish glow to it. It does not look like the sort of thing that fits into a lock, although it is key-shaped. It is just too big. It is like a parody of a key.
Yeah, I'm back here on the couch, staying far away from what's about to happen with that little kobold and letting him know.
He strides forward. and he holds the key up to the plinth. And the great blue glow sort of shudders and undulates and then splits apart. But the pieces of it land upon the ground and start squirming with sort of a life of their own. And a number of these strange creatures, like these clouds of iridescent magical light that pulsates all through the spectrum, appears. Little black eyes open within them, and little feet grow, and they begin scuttling around.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ossifer,
Yeah,
is
you
that
do.
supposed to... Does
Uh,
that usually happen?
Ossifer runs.
Well, as he runs by me, I
Yeah, I
trip
take
him.
my bow
No, he
out.
just ran right by me. I tripped him.
And yes, go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics check, because this is basically a combat maneuver.
So you just have it out for Ossifer.
It's only a 9.
That's an 11. Yeah, so he's like, he hops over your leg, and he goes, ha ha! And he extends to you a rude gesture, and then he disappears among the piles. Noticing the sort of commotion in the back.
So we both.
Oh,
couldn't
did you want to go for him too?
Yeah. Like as soon as he was
Hell
running by,
yeah.
I'm like,
Okay, no, then
fucking
you
way.
actually
she
go
got
for
a
him
16.
first. And the 16 beats the 11. Okay, so he reappears from inside of the piles, runs backwards in fast motion, takes back the rude gesture, and then comes over here and gets tripped by Dysana.
Yeah.
He didn't
She
realize you
clotheslines him.
Clothesline.
Yeah.
fucking hostile. All right, so he's prone.
What do I roll for spitting on?
Spitting on your foe is always a free action.
Okay.
That was viscous.
Anyway, that's going to be initiative for you nerds. Resh gets to go first, as he is actually focused on the task at hand.
What does he do? Jesus. What do these things look like? Okay, so there's like coalesced magical energy with legs and eyes. Basically what they look like.
So it seems to be. If you wanted to, you could do an Arcana check. That would be an action, though. I also have this house rule. I call it an Epiphany check, where when it comes to intelligence-based rolls, you can roll as a free action for a
Okay.
much higher DC, just to see what you instantly know from looking at a thing.
I mean, but they look... Well, yeah, let's just do the quick one.
Okay. Can't lose
Okay.
anything from it, so... Yeah, that's not gonna do it. So you basically all you know is what you kind of just told me.
But they look aggressive.
They look like they're
In some-
looking at you. And they are starting to scuttle towards you. They just have these two little black eyes. It's kind of hard to gauge.
I mean, I would say
intent.
from the fact that the kobold ran instantly.
That's a reasonable.
That's original. Yeah, because...
yeah.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, typical cleric things, and pull out his shield and holy symbol, and channel his divinity.
All right.
Because why not?
Okay.
So he's gonna,
Finally give this a run.
holds aloft his holy symbol that's kind of like a, golden sun kind of thing, and calls out a
Mhm.
prayer to the Lord of Sky. And, he just gathers, like, solar energy and just, like, beams it out at all 6 of them.
Resh,
Uh,
use solar beam.
Yeah. So it should be energy equal 5 times your cleric level, so 25. So
Divided evenly among 6.
6 each of them, with like that this front one getting the extra.
Okay,
Actually,
getting
you know
7.
what? The extra can be assigned as healing, so I'm going to give that extra one to Ossifer.
Oh,
So
that's
he can-
damn decent
so he
of
can
you.
so he can be 2 hit points. Since he was at 1. So
I
so
don't
double
know
it.
how to feel right now.
Yeah, I look over at Resh and I'm like, Tabaxi?
I'm going to take a couple steps forward too as he does that.
This is gonna be fun.
Not like right up into their
Okay.
faces, but defensively between them
All right, so
and the
yes.
others.
they recoil as if in pain.
Get some radiant? It's either radiant or fire, whichever.
I think it's both. I think it's either either that you
Okay.
please. So it's
So
really
one of
whichever
those
one you want to go with.
Worked.
We'll go with radiant for this case, I think.
Yeah.
Because why not?
All right. Anything else for Resh?
Nope, that's good.
These creatures, for all that they seem somewhat insubstantial, as though they are made of pulsating energy, they scuttle.
Ew.
Ew.
They're like little cockroaches. Yeah.
Ew.
You're a garbage princess. You should like love these things.
No.
They're pretty much just cockroaches coming out of the piles of garbage.
These three go over here. This one goes up here. This one
Try to...
wanders off over this way. This one climbs on top of the plinth. They seem a little random in their movements.
They don't even seem to really know what they're doing, really.
They're no, that's just me. That's coming through.
Okay.
But they do seem rather incensed at the energetic attack just here.
But not all of them
we
are like
going
attacking.
Well, it's hard to say.
You also don't know what they can do yet, so.
It's true.
So the three immediately around Resh are going to make attacks. They reach out with their, they favor you with their noodly appendages.
Oh no! Oh no!
Noodled!
Oh my god, I've been noodled.
Oh my god, they're noodling!
All right, I am going to need you to make. Wow, I'm going to need you to make 3 wisdom saving throws.
Jeez.
Love that. In no particular order. First one fails, I'm sure.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
This is going swimmingly for that.
Well,
But the last one's good.
Critical.
All right, you can feel these things, these appendages of pure arcane energy touching you and sort of like making contact with the natural magic that runs through your body,
Noodling
and
you.
you feel, yes, you are noodled, good sir.
I'm gonna write that down. Leon's been noodled.
You lose. Okay. You lose 2 first level spell slots.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh.
Yep.
Copy.
And these two, the 2 that succeeded, where previously you would hit them with your energy and little bits of magical energy seem to slough off them and become disparate, that energy seems to be restored.
I see.
Yep. The other one fails. Boo. This one right here is going to, as it seems to be slightly confused, is going to attack our man, Jaxationus, with 2 noodly appendages. All right, that's a 21 to hit,
A hit.
and
Holy
a 21 to
smokes.
hit.
Also a
Holy
hit.
smokers! What
Also,
are these
that one-
fucking flea noodles?
That 21 doesn't hit. They're not that beefy. They're just rolling really well, apparently. Or, Resh is failing. Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Carry on.
And much the same as happened with Resh, the magic of these creatures seems to interact with your body chemistry. You take 19 points of force damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
Holy smokes!
Holy shit. First fucking hit.
This one in the back is sort of wandering around a little aimlessly, doesn't seem to be particularly interested in what's going on. There was a roll involved in that. I'm not just doing that. And then this one right here also seems focused on Resh, who has dealt the damage, and scuttles and skitters and makes sort of like little susurrating noises, and seems to be casting something.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, that is a
Oh,
D100 roll.
I
No,
did
it's not. It's
like-
not aiming to attack. No.
Okay.
Oh,
Seriously.
fuck. I was like,
Like-
Jesus, fuck.
Insta death. Pretty much.
All right, time for a new character.
Alright.
A handful of nails and screws that are on the ground right here happen to be among the mess and the garbage on the floor, rise up into the air and come and stick to him. He has instantly become super magnetic.
He's instantly super magnetic. Oh my god.
He's instantly super magnetic.
How strong of a magnet? Because, I mean, Resh is holding a shield and, wearing metal armor. So.
You feel a tug, but you're not close enough. It's a strong tug. You're not certain how much closer you
You
can
just get crushed.
All right, Dysana's turn.
Okay, so she's going to see these little flea noodles attacking Resh. And she is going to, I guess, go for this one
Okay.
with a attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 14.
A 14
hit?
does hit. Yes.
Okay. Against that guy.
Yep. The arrow almost seems to pop it a little bit, and it starts issuing forth energy from both the entry wound and the exit wound in the back.
It's oozing. It's oozing.
Okay.
It's leaking.
It's
Apart from that,
noodle
it doesn't seem to
oozing.
react much. It's noodle
Fluid
oozing.
Right.
fluid oozing.
Okay. Is there anything else? Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to go over here.
Get over there.
You can get
Ooh, terrific. Okay. Jack, you have just been, like, pretty heavily attacked by these guys. Like, what the hell?
So, what I would do is, as a bonus action, cast Misty Step and go back behind Ossifer.
All right, so you Misty Step.
Sorry.
You were behind Ossifer.
The one that hit me gets hit with a Mind Blast. So I put my hands up on my temples and go, "Nyeh."
Do you make that noise?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he does. That was roll.
What does that require of me?
A
Mind
DC 16
Sliver.
intelligence save. Yeah.
These things have
Smart are these little fuckers. I know.
Did I just leave that blank?
Because they have 0 intelligence, Adam.
So they obviously automatically fail then.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. So it takes 7 psychic damage, and the next time it
Nice.
has to make a saving throw, it takes a -2 penalty.
Terrific and
I'll-
good
I'll
to
remember
know
that.
for the people involved.
I'll remember that.
Oh, remember that? Okay. Ossifer looks up at you and says, like,
You're one of the ones I don't hate.
Thank you.
And then looks over at me on the couch.
I'll lean in and whisper, "Don't. We'll take care of him later."
I mean, I feel like I should have good. No, I don't have good hearing. I'm an old man.
Oh man.
All right.
Plus, it's
All right.
funnier if you don't hear it.
Yeah. My turn.
Mhm.
So I kind of get up off the couch. Because, like, I've just been, picking food off my thing this whole time. I haven't really gave a fuck about what's going on.
Not super paying attention.
No. So I just
Well, that's my
stand
fault.
up. Let's see. This tabaxi's right in the middle, but would I care?
That's
I have a
guess
actually
my
lot of
lives.
AoE attacks.
So let's see him. I'm at a safe distance.
My breath weapon, but it says my ancestor determines the size, shape, and damage type of the explosion.
Not
Okay, so
necessarily.
it'll be a line. So from where I am, I could hit
It should.
all 3 of these because diagonally that should work, right? Like
Yeah, absolutely. In a line, that's actually the perfect lineup right now.
they have to make a save. Yeah. Okay.
And I believe as a consequence of the Mind Sliver, this one in the front has disadvantage, yes?
Just a straight -2.
Oh, just a straight -2. Okay.
Correct.
Terrific. Dex save. All right, so we'll start with him.
What's the DC, main?
12.
Okay.
All right, so one of them takes full damage, 2 of them take half.
Okay.
All right,
And-
and then here's damage. Should I do 3 different damages, right? Yeah.
Well, you can if you want to.
Or just
Usually,
do 6, and then so 2 of them get 3, and one of them gets 6.
correct.
Okay.
All right.
You must have taken your acids yesterday.
Yeah, not as acidic as usual. I had all that cake. My breath is sweet. Just on them, and then I just sit back down. In the
Anything on the fucking? I was over on the bench. Anything else for Hot Pants?
No, I'm not gonna do anything to the kobold. I guess. Fine, I'm done.
Damn decent of you. Okay, back to the top of the turn order with Kitty Cat Boy Resh.
All right.
You are motherfucking surrounded.
Yep. Good thing I am prepared for just such an occasion, and he will cast a word of radiance and hit all 3 of them that are around him.
Oh, Word of Radiance is a good one. Yeah.
So it is a 16 con save for all 3 of them.
Hell yeah. Okay, only one of them passes.
Okay. So it's 2d6 radiant. Is it? Yeah, so the one that passes takes no damage.
All right, but the other ones
The
take
other
2d6.
2 take 9 radiant. That's it. I'm gonna hold my place here.
Okay. It is the creature's turn. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Never good.
No, this
Oh, God,
for
here we
you. This
go.
is good. For you, this is good. This one gets bored and wanders off,
All right.
and this one gets bored and wanders away. Either one of those, you can take an attack of opportunity if you are currently
I was
wielding
gonna
a
say
melee
they're
weapon.
both.
Okay, well, I have my shield out, but my other hand is free, so it would just be an unarmed strike. But being Tabaxi, they have
Yeah.
cat claws
Class.
as
Yeah, do you wanna
as
do
an
cat claw?
unarmed strike. Yeah,
Sweet.
we'll swipe at one of them.
Alright.
Probably
Slap him.
does a 16 hit first. I guess
16
the
does
more
hit.
important ones.
Yes.
So it does 1d6 plus 3 slashing, which is a 6. So 9 slashing to the first one that looked like it was wandering away.
And they have
Okay.
to save against cat scratch fever, right?
Yep, exactly.
I don't know if anything like that is going to come up. Tough call. He might pull through without it. All right. All right. So 2 of them have wandered off. This one is going to make an attack, making an attack at Resh. And they've got. Oh my God. They've got moldy.
Jason Rice.
Moldy.
That'll hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
them all
just
out
a
of your
skosh, I
system.
should
That'll
imagine.
hit.
Tiny little.
Right? They really like to noodle frickin' Resh.
That's
Can you
incredible.
blame them?
I know, right?
I don't blame. Ew, is his fur getting all like wet and slimy? Are the
He is getting
are
noodle and
the
ooze.
noodles?
You take 16
Slimy
points of
noodles?
force damage from that attack.
Ooh, he is
My God.
oozy. And
All right, this one-
noodled.
This one is going to stay here, and while looking at Jack, is going to do that sort of like strange scuttling noise, the same scuttling noise that this one made earlier, and it is going to cast.
Ew.
Number 66. Let's find out what that is. Oh my God. Okay. With a sort of like an ear-shattering clattering noise, this area right here is suddenly covered in thousands of bouncing marbles. So they rain down upon Ossifer. And that
Oh,
area
no.
is now, yes, that area now is difficult terrain. And let
I
me
just
double
lift
check.
my feet a little bit because I'm sitting on the couch.
Any creature trying to cross the area on foot must succeed at a DC 12 dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Oh.
All right, so that's what happened there. All right, this one is going to wander down close. You need to make a strength or dexterity saving throw to hold on to your shield.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, please don't. Okay. 22.
You're good. You're good. It actually, because it's so close to you, it does reach out, and the shield actually does sort of like come out of your grip, and you hold on to it, and so now it's just like sticking to the other side of the creature, and the creature can't really get at you because the shield is right up on it. This one continues wandering around in the background, and that's it for them. It is Dysana's turn.
Okay. I'm just going to shoot this one.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead and shoot him.
Okay.
I don't like the way he just said that. But
I just thought of something. That's all.
do it. Is he gonna splooge all over everything when it dies?
Better believe that hits. 22? Yeah, 22 motherfucking hits. Son.
Right.
All right, for an 8. All right, with that final 8 right there, that actually is just exactly enough. This perforation that you give it, sort of like the last one where it was started leaking energy all over the place. That happens, except it just blows out the other end and sort of dissipates into the ether.
It farts.
Yeah, it farts. You just farted it to death. Yes.
And I'm going to.
She goes back behind the trash and then goes down.
Yep.
I just imagine her always like just kind of sticking out of the trash, either her head or her feet. Like,
Yep.
I'm more surprised that it shouldn't have like a portable trash can like Ash the Grouch and just like pop up there.
instead of a shield, she has a trash
Don't
can.
give me
yeah.
ideas.
Outstanding. Okay. Then if that's it for
Right,
you,
Jack Sack.
it is
Jack Sack.
Jack Sack. Yes.
Sure. So I'm concerned about my tabaxi friend. So I'm going to twin mind whip and gonna this one and
That's
this
a good one.
So they have to make a DC 16 intelligence save.
All right. You have definitely found the appropriate save to attack. First one, 8. Second one, 16. Meets and meets and beats.
So they take the one that fails takes 8, the one that succeeds takes 4, and the one that fails can't take a reaction, and on its next turn can only move, take an action, or a bonus action exclusively.
Okay, this one right here, looking kind of shaky at the moment. The one that is currently has threatened you with marbles just now. Is there anything else for Jack?
No, I'm just gonna stand around regally.
All right, you look very dapper. Okay, it is the old man sitting on the bench waiting for the bus to come. Hot Pants, what you doing?
Okay, so I'm gonna stay on the couch.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Magic Missile's always
so there's
good.
3 of them. Within 120 feet, so I can hit anybody I want. Okay, so I'll hit this one, this one, this one, and this
So
guy
they
who's
each
running
take
way over.
5.
Yeah, so all 4 of those guys take 5.
Terrific. We're kind of hitting them all at the same time for small amounts instead of doing big damage to one target, and that is an interesting technique.
We're gonna wear them all out together.
This one, however, does poof and bleed out before your eyes. The one that was trying to scutter away.
Yay, fuck you, bitch. Alright, and yeah, and then I'm just gonna, use my bonus actions to lay back down on the couch.
That's enough for me right now.
Yeah, I did what I could.
All right, back to the top of the turn order with Resh. They are starting to drop.
Yep.
Oh, compelled duel is a bonus action.
Yeah, but do you really want to fight these things right now? They seem to be happy.
No, but I
fighting the
might
other
want to
guys.
fight the kobold.
Well, if you compel them, you can have one chill on the couch with you.
That's true. We could just sit here and do like.
Oh, because it's like
checkers,
challenging the devil,
motherfucker.
right? Yeah. you
Yeah, it
can
doesn't
pick
have to
any
necessarily
game for your
be
duel.
like. Yeah, it doesn't have to be stabbing. It could be, we're playing chess over here.
Could,
Compelled duel. That's how you get someone to play Yu-Gi-Oh with you.
Mm-hmm. It's the only way.
It's time to
Literally.
do. So, I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on the magnetized one.
Ooh, okay, all right. Because you can just do it like right through your shield, which is already contacting it.
Right. Well, in theory. 17 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
For 17 necrotic damage.
17 necrotic damage. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
This blackening necrotic energy runs up and down it, and it actually seems to foul the energy within, and it just suddenly just poof, in like a puff of black smoke.
Does the magnetism of him seem to fade with him? Or
Oh,
does it
absolutely, yes,
persist?
yes.
Okay.
With like a chunk, you like release your shield
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of step forward towards the next one. And that's my turn.
Okay, these guys again. All right, we've only got 3 of them remaining. This one down here continues wandering. This one right up here has decided to go after Jack.
We're gonna run through the marble.
That's exactly the question I am looking to answer by giving it a quick intelligence check.
Yes, it does. It just dives in.
All right, goes to run through. Has to make a dexterity. Okay. Why do I make creatures like this?
Well, the
That's
quickest way there is to go straight across.
Yeah.
Shortest distance between 2 points, bro. It goes ass over tea kettle.
Isn't that the one that threw the marbles down itself?
Yeah.
It's running through its own marbles.
Yep, it tripped on
running
its
through
own marbles, and it
Lost
is
its
now
marbles.
box turtling its little feet in the air.
Aw.
That's adorable. These things are little idiots, and I love them.
Silly floodles.
Little scuttles. Yeah, little floodles.
I named them floodles, by the way.
Floodles. Yeah,
Because they look like fleas and with noodles.
And then they have noodles. They're flea noodles.
And this one down here, that's a 14 to hit Resh.
Uh,
Like,
No, he's got 18.
18. All right. The shield really helps here, and you sort of pinch off its noodly appendage as it tries to get at you. And that is it for the creatures. That is it for the spoodles or whatever it was that you had said. I listened to the floodles. Yeah.
Floodles.
It is Dysana's turn to floodle with the best of them. This one over here is prone.
The one in the marble.
Yeah, I just care about who's attacking Resh right now. Okay, so I could pew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit.
An 8? No bueno.
Alright. Well, yeah, I just go back.
Okay. Okay.
As one does.
Okay.
Put
I'm
the
so
trash
happy
lid on her
for you.
head.
Yeah.
Or just like an old boot on her head and she goes down.
Under the boot.
Do I notice that, like, how is Resh looking right now?
You can always ask because
Yeah.
you can tell how fucked up a person is.
Resh, how you looking over there?
I'm alright. I'm hanging in there. He's
Alright, I'll do nothing then, bye.
a bit bruised, but
Okay. In that case, if you have nothing else, that is Jack's turn.
So I want to try to drag Ossifer away from this deadly floodle.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. He will not resist, and because he's surrounded by marbles, he slides real easy.
Why do you keep trying to save this fucking kobold?
Your mother.
Do we need him anymore? He's already, like, opened the book. Like, what do we need him for?
And do I get my full move, or is it difficult?
Yeah, I believe it would basically be the same thing as difficult. Yeah, you get half your movement when you're dragging something, and forced movement does not provoke. And even if it did provoke, that creature would be making attacks at disadvantage. So, yeah, you're good.
And then I will smack the one in the center with 3 magic missiles of 5 force damage.
Okay.
Or was pulling him my action?
No, that's technically movement. It would have been your action to grapple, but as he was in fact totally cool with it, you didn't actually have to grapple to get him to get hold of him. So no, that was all good. The first missile is enough to paff this guy.
Good riddance.
Yep. He is toast. Is there anything else for Jack?
No, I'm good.
Okie dokie. And Grumpy Old Man, starring Hot Pants. He's trying to work out a fart.
No, from here.
Actually, it is worth mentioning. This will probably have a sort of an effect on the whole situation. As this one creature dissipates in front of you, so too do the marbles.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured that might change things, but we've established the effect ends at the creature's death.
Well, I've already cast the spell, so I cast it from the couch. I like the idea
That's
that
fine.
I just sat on the couch this entire fight.
It's great. I have an idea for a new D&D segment. It's called Casting Couch.
Casting couch.
You
Oh,
sit on a
God.
couch and you cast what?
Oh god, the
What?
casting couch.
I don't get what's
As long
funny
as it's
about
not
this.
a small leather couch that's all beat up. Then.
It totally is.
Okay.
What? That's yeah.
Lazy paladin. I mean, I am an old man.
The oath of sloth.
Do my
Our
thing.
tank sat on the couch this entire
I'm
battle.
only level 3 paladin. Okay.
our
well,
tank is me, bitch.
Okay, alright.
We'll see. I mean,
Okay.
at some point he might kill. So, 5. So they need to do this one and this one need to do
Nothing.
nothing.
They have to do. Oh, if you're casting magic missile, no, they don't. That automatically
No,
hits.
that just automatically hits. They both get a 5 damage then.
Both take 5 damage.
Oh,
Okay.
you also have one more missile.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I have 3. So no, I'm not gonna hit the gold. God damn it! I really want to. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the one next to the Tabaxi twice. Then.
Okay.
So he gets 10, and this guy over here gets 5.
All right. The one next to Resh is starting to look very thin and wispy indeed. The one furthest to the south has been wandering around, not bothering anybody, and hasn't really taken much damage. So yeah. All right. Anything else for Hot Pants?
And 10 damage didn't even take it out. No, Hot Pants just goes back to chilling.
Okay. Aren't you guys done yet?
I'm getting tired over here. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm leaning on my sword and I'm.
It is Resh's turn.
I see no reason to change anything. I'm just gonna, he's just gonna swipe at this one with his claws.
Ooh, with his claws. Okay. This kitty has claws.
Well, just kidding. He thought about it and then was like,
He tried and then he was like, ooh. Because he saw that they were oozing.
Well, I was watching the example of hot pants, and I was like, you know what?
That's very cat-like to just be like, ugh.
I just can't be bothered anymore
All right.
at this point.
The claws just don't come out, and you just start doing that cat thing where you bat at stuff with
Oh my god, that's adorable.
with
Don't look at
me.
Behind his little shield.
Just dilate for a second. He gets the crazy eyes.
Yeah, but he's behind his shield and just reaching around.
Like,
He's doing the reach around.
He's doing the reach around. You see it from the casting couch.
Reach around, yeah.
Not this.
Mhm.
I wanted to play D&D.
I like how we thought we were gonna be the ones making it bad.
Yeah.
It's adults playing D.
Yeah, sure. When are they going to show up?
That's his
Yeah,
turn.
no.
That's his turn. Okay. Oh, sick. They are both attacking this turn. So this one's going to clamber on top of the plinth. The one immediately to Resh's right is going to attack with a 14 to hit. I know that does not hit.
Afraid not.
And the one that has just scrambled the top of the lectern is going to cast 22. Okay, so it suddenly lights up as though it has been covered in hundreds of tiny rhinestones. With a 22, it is now sort of dazzling in the light before you. And attacks against it, ranged attacks against it, have advantage.
Oh.
Yep, it did not do well for itself just now. Okay, so these things are...
But that's what Pluto.
Just mop this shit up. It is Dysana's turn.
So I'm gonna go for the Edward Cullen fluttle over here.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm just like, I don't know if it's charging up to like cast something or whatever.
This is the skin of the killer.
Do you know where I can find a horse? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It has to be mini though.
It has to be a mini horse.
Oh,
It has to
Lord.
be a mini horse. I always forget about that aspect, and I'm just on about the horses. All right.
Come on, advantage. Shoot him up.
A 13 meets its AC.
Huzzah!
So, Go for it. 9 points of damage. Okay. This one is starting to look like it is tipping the turns towards the dissolute. It is looking foggy around the edge. That didn't make sense.
I don't know what you're saying.
It is looking foggy around the edges, like it could just bust apart at any moment.
Hot Pants pulled some leftover cake out of his pocket and is just.
Just in his pocket. Amazing. All right, and yes, okay, Dysana moves back to her garbagey perch.
Yes.
Jack.
So I'm going to the one that's closest to Resh, hit him with a chill touch.
Okay.
Daddy chill.
Is that a 10 to hit?
Yeah,
Nah, that does not do it, I'm afraid.
I'm just following Resh's example. And then I'm done.
There. Okay. It is Hot Pants' turn.
Don't make me get up. Fuck it. We're probably gonna rest soon. I'm just gonna use up my second level slot and just these guys out.
All right.
I don't wanna get
Let's
it.
fucking
Oh, fuck.
metagame.
All right. Well, they both take 4 damage then.
They both take 4 damage. Okay, where does that get us? Not quite to good. Still, every little
We are
bit helps.
just taking our sweet ass time.
You really are. You're nickel and diamond this shit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Hot Pants doesn't really give a shit about any.
That's reassuring.
It really subscribes to the philosophy of do less.
Well, when there's other people to do it, you know.
Okay. Resh. Do something.
Okay. Actually, I do. I will take a step closer to the plinth one to put myself between them, and I will Word of Radiance again.
Word of Radiance again.
Jeez. So it's a
Now-
con 16 for both of them.
That's a 12 and 16.
The 12 fails and takes 11 radiant damage.
Okay. Is it save or suck, or is it half damage for the one
Nope. It's save and suck.
that? All right. So, yeah, the one to the south. But you still got one creeping up on you, and if you don't have anything else,
Nope, that's it.
it is the turn of the creature. Ah, hell, let's do one more. Let's do one more spell roll. 75. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from Resh. Yeah. Resh is the one. Resh has been in
been
and
all
among
up
it
in
the
the
whole
middle.
time. Yeah.
16.
I swear I'm not targeting you. You're just making yourself an easy
He wa-
target.
yeah.
That's all.
I mean, that's
You should have
that
been
was
hanging
my
out on the
intent,
couch
so-
like me.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, this is what I do.
These little fuckers never took me seriously.
That's a
Okay,
dex
your
16
dex saves. It squirts water in your face. Extremely.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah,
Well,
these
rude.
things have splooged, pissed, noodled. I mean, they have done everything on
I
poor.
mean, that sounds like a good night.
From the casting couch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I cannot call this session the casting couch.
Yes, you
Cannot
can.
do
You
that.
must.
Yes,
No.
you can.
Yes.
Yes,
I
you
cannot.
can. Because I have literally sat on a couch casting the whole time, and it's fucking hilarious. It's so good.
I think that might attract the wrong sort of listener, but that's me.
No, I think it's gonna attract the perfect kind of listener, and
Terrifying.
you gotta make. There's a niche here.
All right. Dysana's turn. Please save us.
I hope to.
Do you
For those of you listening, Jack has typed in the chat DNDP.
You're just gonna have to put a bunch of warnings on these recordings.
And the DM has left the table.
The DM has left the building.
I love that Badge decided to narrate chat now.
Yeah. Well, and she's so good at it.
She thinks
Like,
about the
perfect.
audience.
And for those.
I am going to sit up and to produce nothing.
Produce-
just dust. I produce dust.
Anything else for Dysana?
Negatron.
Jack?
Come on.
All
Come
I
right.
tried to warn you, Adam, what it would be like to play with us.
I did. Yeah, you did. You did. Oh, for the love of God and all that is holy, a 16 hits.
Thank
Okay.
you, Michael. Oh, no!
3 damage.
It's not quite there.
Oh my god. He's so close. He's so close to splooging.
That's what we need hot pants for.
We are edging this thing to its end.
Yep. Anything else for
All right.
Jack?
No, I tried my best, and that's what matters.
Hot pants.
Cheese and rice.
Alright, just for fun, I'm just gonna create a bonfire right on the spot that this thing lives. I'm like, fuck it.
Create
You know what?
bonfire is beautiful. It's 13. What's that magic number?
What is it?
14.
Dex 14. Yep.
Hot
So,
diggity damn it.
he takes
And
10
fire
damage, and every single turn he has to do the save again or take damage again.
Every single turn is not going to enter into it. The thing is dead.
Oh, finally.
It burns up, so it can't splooge all over the cat.
Never splooge on the cat.
We are
I was
just
trying to help
inventing
him
all
out.
kinds of new sentences in the English language today. No one's ever said that before.
You really hope not, anyway.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
was
really
gonna say.
hope not. I bet. Anyways, we're not going there.
As everything grows quiet after this battle, the kobold manservant
Oh yeah, he's still alive. God damn it.
scrambles to his feet, dusts off his knees, and says,
Well, glad I took care of that.
Oh my god! I'm going to slap again! I get up
Oh my god.
and I slap again!
You slap again.
Oh, I got a 19 to hit!
All right, you bitch slap him back out. That's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
That's where we end. Cliffhanger! He's been bitch slapped!
Poor Oscar.
Thank
Can
you
we
all
take
for
Ossifer
coming out.
with us for the
And
whole future?
that is, you can try to convince him, but you keep bitch slapping him out, so I think you might have disadvantage on that
But I
particular
feel like this would
persuasion
be
check.
such a good thing for us to keep happening.
You don't have to convince me, you have to convince Ossifer. We'll leave it at that, alright?
Okay. I have a week to think about it.
You have a week to think about it. Oh, thank you for coming out to play the dragon game with me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
We even
Sure,
got
yeah.
kind of a dungeon.
So relaxing to play
Dungeon and a dragon.
with your friends. Definitely not too
So
comfy.
relaxing. Casting couch. You better fucking name this casting couch. You write that down. I'm writing it down and I'm gonna remind you. If this doesn't
I'm gonna
happen,
get flagged as fuck by the algorithm.
And this is my associate, Dasana.
And I just
Assuming that's
kind of
how you-
nod.
Is that how you actually say it, or do you want to pronounce it a
Yeah,
different way?
it's the Dysana.
Dysana, alright.
like a Dyson
Vacuum. Yeah.
Hmm
because you can suck dick like a vacuum.
I mean, I feel like that was a given.
You know, there was one first lady who was referred to as Mrs. Hoover. And, yep,
Nope.
it was Eleanor Roosevelt. Apparently.
I don't get it. Oh, jeez. Just a sidebar. Every time you say ossifer, I picture a drunk person saying,
Yeah.
okay,
Excuse me.
ossifer.
Officer. Officer.
That's why I love it so much.
I'm
Yeah.
taxpayer
Yeah.
and your boss.
Yeah, maybe Ossifer has a drinking problem. His name's really Officer.
Could be.
Well, after this.
Okay, just to double check, because you know how it is.